Eagan Police and Fire Departments have always been a point of pride. Specifically, the character of our people, the exceptional training that we provide, and our dedication to the collective mission of keeping Eagan safe and strong. It's our #1 priority because consistently, it's your #1 priority. While our fire department receives a 97% approval rating, we are always working to improve our service levels to ensure safety in all corners of our city. Over the past few years, as many of you know, we have been moving from the second largest volunteer fire department in the state to a full-time fire department with 3 stations staffed around the clock with EMT-trained firefighters. The results are strong. Response times have been cut in half, from 14 minutes to 7. This year, we made significant strides in that transition. We hired an additional 18 firefighters. And that means we'll have 36 full-time EMT-trained firefighters at 3 stations serving 24 hours, 7 days a week. That transition and service improvement comes with a cost. Fortunately, in 2019, we received one of the largest federal SAFER grants in the nation, $3.4 million, to help fund hiring new full-time firefighters. This transition has required investment in equipment, the facilities to house the new staffing structure, and an investment in its people. Let's meet a few of those people right now.
I felt like I wanted to be a firefighter ever since I was a kid, seeing the big red trucks going down the street. I knew when I was a kid that that's something that I wanted to pursue.
I joined the fire department at age 18. My dad was also a volunteer firefighter at the time. I just fell in with everything that career stood for.
I've always wanted to do something to give back. Right now, I can't see myself doing anything else.
My wife is a paramedic, so she kind of understands the scope of the job. I got a daughter that is a year old, and I can tell that they're very proud.
My wife teaches at Oak Ridge Elementary School. We both feel like we're giving back to Eagan, back to the community where we live.
My family is extremely supportive of what I do. They recognize that it was something I was really passionate about. They understand the danger element, but at the same time, they also understand that we spend a lot of time training. We are as safe as we can be on this job.
The general public might see us in short 5-minute snippets when we're driving down the road. What they don't realize is that we're doing a lot of other things.
We usually start out our day with finding out what our schedule's like. We do our morning truck checks, make sure our gear is all good, all of our equipment is good on the trucks. We do training as well so we can make sure we're still good up on our skills. You know, we have a number of calls that we respond to throughout the day.
I mean, every call is different. Go to a smoke alarm and it turns out that there's an apartment on fire. You have to be adaptive and you have to keep your head.
I worked as a part-time for 8 years, and then when I transitioned to a full-time firefighter, I got to see the tools, I got to see the trucks, I got to work and train, and just having that knowledge base, I feel more comfortable, I feel more confident when I'm doing my job now.
Having station staff 24/7 has enabled us to decrease our average response time from 14 minutes to 7 minutes, which is huge in terms of incident response, life safety, and property preservation. We now have 3 fire stations covered 24/7 by full-time firefighters. We've been able to do this with the addition of the 18 new firefighters we've added in 2020. We have a really good group. They're excited to be here and serve the citizens of this community.
What makes this career path worth it for me is the feeling of seeing the good things that happen in the city and just being a part of it all.
I feel this career has allowed me to appreciate life. So when I'm at work, I see a lot of different things, but when I'm at home, I take the time to enjoy that time with my family, enjoy the little things that we're doing together.
If we run into kids and we're on calls, you know, after we wrap up, before we clear, we'll give them truck tours. It's just nice to be able to get out and just kind of have that outreach and that interaction with the community, and it's been overwhelmingly positive.
Knowing that I make an impact on someone's life, whether it's one of my coworkers, someone within the city, or someone from the public, that reward is what motivates me every single day.
Thank you, TC, Jake, Jason, and your families, and all of our firefighters and their families as well. We appreciate everything you do and will continue to do to keep our community safe. Our firefighters aren't the only ones who are working to help keep our community safe. The Eagan Police Department consists of the best, and I mean that. Many of our officers have advanced degrees, and advanced training. They aren't just committed to professional development, they're genuinely interested in engaging the community and building relationships. Last year, Eagan Police responded to over 55,000 phone calls. They continually build partnerships to help prevent crime, understand community needs, and enhance the safety and quality of life in Eagan by attending 225 community events, engaging local businesses, schools, churches, civic groups, and 150 neighborhood watch groups within the 33 square miles of our city. It's not a surprise that Eagan residents and businesses have affirmed our police department with a 94% approval rating. Last year, our police department worked with other law enforcement agencies on a new and innovative approach, the now famous Busted by the Bus. Here's a look.
There is a sting underway, and it's so active that in the last minute here, there were 3 deputy cars. One by one, they have gone off to make arrests.
And what they're doing is getting to the core of this issue, which is distracted driving. So today, officers will be on a school bus, and they're going to be looking for those distracted.
Today's operation is called Busted by the Bus because distracted driving is an even bigger deal when it's around school buses that could have kids on it. Police say when drivers do go around that...
At 2 o'clock this afternoon, and get this, they've already pulled 75 people over. They told me they also spotted someone who was high on narcotics in the bus. That person is now in jail.
Wow.
So this is a very active operation, and Amelia, we're going to see this going on, especially when that hands-free bill kicks in this summer.
Thank you, Chief New and Officer Moctimus, and the others who put together the Busted by the Bus program together, and for sharing that story. It's incredible, and I can attest that every person that I spoke to loved the program and is still on high alert whenever they're around a school bus. Way to go, guys. The police department is also in the process of implementing the use of body-worn cameras, enhancing transparency, accountability, and community confidence in our frontline officers. The Eagan Police Department is always adapting to new procedures and the need to enforce new laws. Few laws in recent history have had more exposure than the Minnesota's new hands-free law. And it's a good example of how we adapt and enforce new laws.
We're going to be wrong to that address. We'll be switching to Longing Fork.
And I don't know, you probably didn't see me, but I was in the right turn lane, and you were doing reading something, and then as you go, you made a call.
No, I did not make a call.
Well, you put it up to your ear. So, what were you doing on your phone? Okay, so even under the old law, that would have been illegal. I'm sorry, but today you're going to get a ticket, okay? Were you texting about the hands-free law? Okay. Yeah, here's your ticket. Please drive safe, okay?
This hands-free law is important legislation and was first introduced over a decade ago by our state senator, Jim Carlson. Thank you, Jim, and congratulations to him on the success of this important legislation. Let me wrap up our discussion of public safety with some recognitions. 2 years ago, our community was honored to receive a national award for public safety by the International Council of Municipalities and Counties. But we didn't just rest on that award. The efforts by our fire and police departments, many of which I've just highlighted, have led to our community being awarded the top spot in the National Voice of the People Award for public safety again. Based on the input provided by Eagan residents, the award reflects Eagan's pride in our police officers and our firefighters. Chief New and Chief Scott, you and all of your members should be proud of that. Thank you to all of our public safety personnel.